Okay, Wednesday, November 9th, and this is a SPY recap. You can see here we end up with a pretty big red bar to the downside, a 2-down day that also reached target number 1, which was the low of the first bar of the week. We have these other targets to go down here. After a big red bar, you expect some follow through lower tomorrow. And again, there's a whole chain reaction here after this target's hit. Then we might be heading down to this area, and this can turn the whole quarterly chart red. So this is what kind of the type of action I was anticipating all along, coming up into this. If you look between the low of this bar and the high of this bar, there's a bit of a fair value gap that could have kind of filled in and then reversed if we didn't reach our target, which was this the top of this big red bar. Once we made a 2-up bar here, and we were grinding higher. So I was looking for this kind of action or possibly to happen, and we ended up with you can see here we started way below the halfway point of the prior day. So this going to the price action here, this opening price action that started out below the pre-market lows here on the first red bar. If you would have played, for example, the aggressive move down, trying to sell maybe the second bar here as we were making new lows, technically, according to the way my rules, you would have been stopped out at the midway point of that first bar and tried again. And then on this 2-up, 2-down, you would have got long again. This would have taken out your target. You came up on a kind of an orderly pullback. You had another opportunity on a 2-up, 2-down to sell again. And eventually you took out the intraday lows, which is the weekly low. Once you took out that target, your next target, if I go to the daily chart, was down here, which was kind of this area right in here on the day. So once you kind of came down here and took out this low, then your next target was down here and you closed big red on the day. So, I kind of discussed early on that this opening range was kind of still inside of this prior day to get a 2-down. So this initial move, I guess, failed, but it just went up a little bit, never quite got anywhere near the halfway point of yesterday or above the pre-market high. So you still biased to the short side. And just kind of given the fact you saw a lot of stocks were down, at least, if you looked around the board, and it kind of kept it down bias. And then this overall price action gave you 2 opportunities to get short. For the first move down of the day, and then a kind of a second move that lasted all session long. So, and again, this was kind of the anticipated move more so than anything going up today. So now we have a big red bar, expecting follow through low tomorrow, kind of expecting this target to be hit. So frankly, any opening price action that kind of opens up a little bit, anywhere below the midway point of that first bar, you can almost aggressively look to get short here. Hopefully there'll be maybe a pre-market high somewhere in here. It'll take it out, and then you can get short and expect follow through lower all the way to these targets, and we'll just see if we can keep that momentum going to the downside. Weekly chart, just quickly, we're still inside of last week. I know that, but we have a red week going. So we'll see if we end up getting with 2 days to go in the week, if we get like a 3-2 down week. And again, that doesn't, at that point we'll kind of see how the week ends and kind of look, see what happens next week. But if we build a lot of momentum here, the big red bar, let's watch for that quarterly bar to be taken out at the yellow line, which could mean a lot lower prices. But for now, we don't know that for sure, but we definitely expecting continuation lower on the daily chart tomorrow, and we'll just see if we can reach those 2 targets. Again, that's expected, and if that doesn't happen for whatever reason, we get reversals, then we'll assess what that means later on.